can do this for any kind of fresh or dry seeds, whether they're fruit or vegetable seeds. This is just the process of how to pot some seeds. So get a pot. This one's about 7 centimeters. This one's about 4 or 5. You can take either one, to be honest, and then put a bit of compost in. Fill it up. And then what we want to do is basically leave enough at the top where we can cover the seeds with about 1 to 2 centimeters of additional compost. So we've left it here. Open up your packets of seeds, and then we're going to put a few in each pot, not too much, just a few, maybe about 5-6 in each pot. Try and keep them slightly apart. If they're a bit smaller, those seeds, it'll be a bit harder, but that's fine. Keep them slightly apart, and then any additional ones we can literally just pluck out later on. I'm going to cover it up now with a little bit more soil, compost, and then we're going to leave this in the sun and then keep it well watered for about a week, and then hopefully they'll germinate, and then we'll get some nice seedlings which we can. So here we have a pot of the lettuce that we planted previously. What we want to do now, because all the seeds have been put into a single pot, we want to separate these so each lettuce can have its own space and it can actually get bigger and bigger. So what we're going to do is get these pots. You can get any pot as long as it's got a decent depth of about 10 to 15 centimeters. And then we're going to take one of these for now. Put some soil in it. This is the compost. You can use any good compost is fine. Take some, fill it up near to the end. In this one, in each of these, we're probably going to be able to only fit about 4. So I'll put one here, one here, one here, and one in the middle. So let's take our lettuce, give it a few little taps, and it should all come out. Now you need to be really gentle with this so you don't damage any of the actual lettuce leaves. So I'm going to break this up slightly, and then we're going to take a few of the lettuces out, put this to the side. Now we're going to separate these further, and what you need to do is create a little hole with your finger and then pop this in with all the roots attached. Pop it in and then cover it up, and then push, not just slightly, a bit of firmness to it, push it down, make sure it's all tight. There we go. Do that same thing for the rest of these here. Ooh, looks like a cherry seed. Put that to the side. There we go. Put that in. Squeeze down around it. To be really careful with these. Now, right now, this has enough space. There's about 10 centimeters between each one, which means once it grows, it'll grow about this high and about this wide. So it'll be enough to actually allow them all to grow. And because we're using good compost, it'll allow it to grow quite well. Put this one here. Make sure the compost, it goes around all of the actual leaves. There we go. One more here. There you go. That's 4 of them in there now. What we need to do is give it a bit of water. This will allow the actual roots to settle in the soil and gain some nutrients and water that it actually needs right now. Once you move actual leaves or seeds or anything from their pot, they need to be given a bit of water and time to settle. So we're going to leave this now, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of these. I'll put them into these, and then we'll come back in a couple of weeks and actually see how well these are doing.